today's video I've washed my hair, I've prepped my skin. Today's going to be a chatty tutorial Tuesday, so let's just get straight into it. So I'm just going to be doing like a classic blue and red look. So I'm going to start with concealer, primer first, sure. Then I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I'm going to use my Revolution primer first on a brush. On this way keeps it from just splodging everywhere. Probably a bit too much, considering I'm not using foundation today. Don't need it everywhere on my skin. This is the Revolution Hydrating Primer. Find it a bit too gloopy, I think. Now I'm just popping some concealer on. So I always put concealer. And I'm just going to let that set for a bit while I let that sit. While I get my setting spray out, which is my Charlotte Tilbury's set spray, which is the Flawless Filter. Take my Real Techniques brush and just buff it out. So I'm just doing a blue and red look with a bit of purple eyeliner. So not much has really happened. So I'm just blending this in. Might have to get some more white in it. It's a bit grim today. So it's just incredibly dark, so I'm gonna have to put the light on, I think, to actually see if that's all blended out. Which I don't think it was. It's just nose concealer, and then side left, like the weather's just kind of gross. Side. That's kind of alright at the moment. To try to rain, but it's kind of stopped. So buffing this out. It's actually quite a good concealer. It's not like full coverage, like I do have a very full coverage concealer, but it's still very good medium to full coverage. This is on the full coverage side. This is my Maybelline Instant Aging Erase Concealer. So I've used Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Now I'm just going to spray my face. How to get your makeup to stay, I find. This is a dream. But that's the box it came in, like the packaging I find for Charlotte Tilbury is so good. So the products. Just waiting for that to dry. It's your hairs that get in the way. I'm gonna use today my Maybelline Fit Me powder. Used the MUA Pro Base powder yesterday. Sort of getting more into this powder. Might need a little bit of this. Personally, both powders I really like. But I think if I had to choose which one I'd rebuy, I'd probably rebuy the Maybelline Fit Me. If I wanted like a travel powder, I'd go for the Pro Base, because this I wouldn't ever want to take with me. Now I'm going to use my Maybelline City Bronzer. This bronzer's lasted me such a long time. And it's got a pigmented bronzer. Got a video coming soon of me going through my collection and talking about what I'd rebuy. I still need to edit that. Or finish editing it. I've started it, just not got the most far with it. So just helps add a bit of colour into your skin. Gives you a bit more of a tanned look. So I like. Having a little bit of colour into my makeup. Use this brush to just blend out the bronzer. I use this brush. This is the setting brush. These are the facial brushes. This is the blush brush. Found like the names. This is the deluxe crease brush. Working it into my skin. Trying to look natural without being too much. So now I'm going to use my Maybelline Cheeky blush, which I've been loving this blush. It's like the perfect colour. It shows up and it looks pretty nice. Blending it so it doesn't look too. In real life it's pretty good. It looks pretty nice. Now I'm going to use my Revolution highlighter, which always shows up super well. Like, I do love it. But literally I've got so much left of this. I use it a lot. Then have this brush, which is the Rebel Edge Medium brush. It's a good highlighter brush, I find, just blending out the highlight. So it is there, but it's not like. I'm just going to go over with a little bit of powder just to set everything kind of in place. So everything's kind of in place. That's what the powder looks like. It went on my hand. So I'm now just going to put the brush through my eyebrows. It's looking a bit all over the shop. Okay. Then time for the fun bit. Eyeshadow. Just gonna Didn't actually use eye primer in yesterday's eyeshadow look. Again, it was just a quick one. Making sure to set it all in place so there's no like creases. Not that my eyes really crease. Get away with a lot. This is like the blush lid I just tried to put on. So I'm really liking the base today. So started on the eyeshadow look. First I'm just going to take Moments from this palette here. Which is a matte white, and I'm just going to sort of set everything in place quick before we... Just a matte white to set everything in place. I got this sort of tip from like... sort of thing from like Smoky Glow. From like all that tutorial Tuesdays and tutorial Tuesdays. To like set it in place. Like a matte white or green shade. So you get like a nice basic good base. See, like some people obviously do set with like a pressed powder or something. Now I'm going to get into the actual eye look. Which may include this palette, may not. Start with the Sofa palette, which is like my favourite palette. I would say like it's the one I use the most. But very quickly I'm going to spray like... Oh look, everything's all set. So I'm going to start with the shade 21. Shade I always start with this palette. Like literally this is how many shades I've used. Do like a red crease. Full lid colour I'm going for, but I'm starting in my crease and just working downwards. Just repeating that process on the other eye. Just building it up, pigments. To me, I find it's just building up the pigment. Pretty pigmented shades. Not that really there's much to tap off. It's like pigmented, but it's also quite buildable at the same time. Like it wasn't just a one swipe and it's pigmented. It's like kind of got just a little bit of a crease colour. So now I've got my lid colour. I'm going to dip into the shade Mould Wine. This is the first shade I ever used in this palette. On my outer corner. Along the edge. And some on the corner. I'm just doing like quite a blown out look. So that's where we're at so far. Where we've got all our red, and then I'm just going to do some. I'm going to put blue on my lid and just have red in my crease while leaving the outer corner out. Dip into like this blue shade. Start from like my inner corner and finish just before my outer corner. And then we can always go back in later and I'm going to go back into mould line and just put that. And a bit of 21 as well. So that red crease comes through. So not to lose any kind of crease colour, nor lid colour. So that's where we're at with the base. That's what the eyeshadow looks like. I'm going to go in with this brush, and I'm going to take the two darker blues and just lash line. Then I'm going to dip into blue. And then I'm going to pick an inner corner shadow. Part of me wants to do like LA Sun, like my inner corner. Give quite a pop. Now it's time to like do the cut crease portion. So wherever I put my primer, it's in this makeup bag. So now I'm going to take this brush and spray it. I'm going to take Everyday. Bear it up between Everyday, Infinity and Romance. So gone with Everyday. Silver shimmer. go for like Infinity, seeing as it's blue on the lid. The shimmers and the mattes in this palette are amazing. Wow. Do that up a little bit. So now we've like got all the shimmers and that, it's time for eyeliner. So find my eyeliner pen. Put that ran away. This Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade Soft Beige. Need to get a lighter shade. Try and find my eyeliner. This was waterproof and I didn't actually know it was waterproof. Somewhere that it was. I think we'll leave it at that. Can use some silver glitter liner to go on top. Doesn't completely hide there. It just adds a little something extra to just black winged liner. So then I'm going to go in with this Barry M pencil liner that is blunt again. I have this Barry M pencil sharpener. That I really do need to empty. I'm going to be trying out the waterproof version of Sky High. Need to find my nail scissors to get into it. Got so many mascaras at this point that it is kind of a joke, but anyway. At least I don't have to worry about running mascara. I'm making my way through. Unlike there are those that I do use like every day. It's going to be interesting. These scissors are so small. Look, my fingers got stuck in them. During that plastic ASMR sound. Me getting rid of all of the plastic. Go. That's mascara done. Now I need to decide what to do with my lips. I think I might wear a red lip today, because I'm feeling it. If I can find it. I like my red lip oil. Which I will swatch these at some point on Instagram. I'm really in like a lipstick phase. That's why I've not bought any more glosses, because literally I need to actually use them. Use the Maybelline Colour Sensational lip liners. Everything will be linked down below in the description. That's my lip lining done. Probably wipe this a little bit. I really can't do the corners as well. Teeth at the moment. That's not really going very well. The formula does slap, even though I'm horrendous at applying it. Because they are so small, like I would love my lips to just look like, not this. This is not the one that I want, so what does it look like? just a touch more because I did get I think that actually looks not horrendous. For once, that actually doesn't look awful. Not bad at that. So this is the final look. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.